Before we start, I would want you to hit the red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Hockey Hub. It's been more than 20 years since women's hockey stepped into the Olympic stage, but the past decade has undoubtedly seen the women's game take its greatest strides. From the emergence of the professional circuits, sadly two became one with the shuttering of the CWHL, to the talent development in the non-North American nations, the past 10 years has seen the women step into the spotlight. But who are the players that led the decade and stood head and shoulders above the rest? There are some awfully familiar faces topping the list, the who's who and veritable superstars of the women's game, but some love was also shown to those who might not be as heralded stateside and north of the 49th parallel. Number 10, Rebecca Johnson. The highs might not be as high, but the lows are next to non-existent.
It's a chance for Decker. Drop pass back, Johnson shoots and scores!
Johnston is the epitome of consistency, and that's what lands her on the all-decade list.
So I grew up playing hockey on the outdoor rink, and I would just, skate around the ice and wasn't really touching the puck.
She is the second highest scoring Canadian on the major international stages, 23 goals and 55 points in 52 combined World Championship and Olympic Games, and one of the highest scoring players in the CWHL history before the league was shuttered. Number 9, Florence Schelling. It's something of a rarity to have 3 goaltenders in the top 10 of a list that features the best players of a decade, but Schelling cannot be ignored.
Being a role model is something different, I guess, because I don't get to do that every day in being in an official role.
Particularly given her effort in the early 2010s. At the 2012 World Championships, she helped the Swiss stun the field with a bronze medal victory, and just 2 years later, she again led the Swiss to the podium, but this time at the Olympics.
Switzerland had to attack, and they quickly scored 2 goals.
Through her 3.97 goals against average and .913 save percentage aren't stunning on paper, Schelling stood on her head to shut out Russia in the quarters and held the fort against Sweden in the bronze medal game. Number 8, Jenny Hirakoski. She'll likely never get the credit she deserves, but Hirakoski can make a case that she's been the most criminally underrated player of the decade and maybe in women's hockey history. Twice she has been named the top Olympic defender, the only other player who's won the award twice is Hall of Famer Angela Ruggiero, and Hirakoski also has a World Championship MVP, 6 top defender awards this decade as she has 7 total, 4 All-Star team nods, a silver medal, and won 3 of her 6 bronze medals in the 2010s. Domestically, she's captained JYP in the Finnish League and Luleå in the Swedish League. Number 7, Amanda Kessel. Okay, so it wasn't at the Olympics or World Championships, but Kessel authored the single greatest college campaign of the decade.
2 years ago, I was not playing hockey and I didn't know if I'd ever play again.
During the 2012-2013 season at the University of Minnesota, Kessel scored 46 goals and 101 points in 46 games, making her the only player in the past decade to exceed even the 90-point plateau, let alone the 100-point mark.
You got it? Let's skate a little bit.
She now finds herself as one of Team USA's most productive forwards, her per-game scoring rate commensurate with a number of the decade's best scorers. She also made the Olympic All-Star team in 2013-14. Number 6, Nora Ratty. It might be the single greatest positional debate in women's hockey history, because if Ratty was Canadian, where would she rank on the all-time list?
Probably the speed is the biggest one. Of course, guys, they skate a little bit faster and the pace of game is a little bit better.
Some argue that she's the superior keeper to Shannon Szabados, who appears later in this list, but Ratty simply isn't as decorated. She does, however, have a World Championship MVP, a bundle of NCAA honors, and she has backstopped Finland to some great international heights, including a World Championship silver and 2 Olympic bronze.
I'm happy to see all the proxies my goalies have made, and I think every day they're getting better.
She also nearly stole the Clarkson Cup for the expansion Kunlun Red Star in 2017-18. Number 5, Kendall Coyne Schofield. Coyne Schofield became a household name after a performance at the 2019 NHL All-Star Game Skills Competition where the Team USA standout put her wheels on display. But Coyne Schofield was already a star, an impact player at the senior national level the moment she made her debut. Coyne was the 3rd highest scoring American player of the decade at the World Championship.
Takes away the triangle. Second place to come try and go around.
Named top forward at the 2019 tournament and has 9 points in 10 Olympic contests. Oh, and don't forget her NCAA production. Since the start of the 2011-2012 season, her freshman season, her 141 goals are the most in the NCAA, and Coyne's 249 points are the 3rd most. Number 4, Shannon Szabados. The veteran Canadian keeper stepped into the spotlight at the 2010 Olympics, and she hasn't really left it since, winning 2 gold medals, 2 top goaltender awards at the tournament, and a handful of other international accolades. She parts of 4 seasons in the SPHL, 2 as a split-time starter, and last played for the NWHL's Buffalo Bills Buttes in 2018-19. That was her first foray into the women's professional circuit, and her numbers were remarkable.
The responses I've got have been in a positive manner, and so it's fun to be a part of.
She won the league's top netminder award with a 1.49 goals against average and a .934 save percentage. Number 3, Hilary Knight. No player in the past decade has done more damage at the World Championship, and Knight's numbers are truly gaudy. In 37 games, her 36 goals are 10 more than any other player, and her 64 points put her one clear of the second highest tournament scorer. Knight is also the leading American scorer at the Olympics this decade. In fact, given her international accomplishments, one might expect her to be higher on this list. However, the two players ahead of Knight displayed a greater level of dominance in the club play at the NWHL and the CWHL levels. Number 2, Marie-Philip Poulin. That Poulin is finishing anywhere other than first place is going to draw the ire of some, and that goes double given MPP scored the gold medal winning goals at the 2010 and 2014 Olympics. She was also the decade's second highest Olympic scorer, a whole 6 points back of first place Megan Acosta, and Canada's most prolific World Championship scorer of the past 10 years. 3 times Poulin led the CWHL in scoring. 3 times she won the league's MVP award. She was also an Olympic All-Star, World Championship Best Forward, and World Championship MVP. Number 1, Brianna Decker. Arguably the most underrated player in the women's game despite the fact that she's a superstar. Decker's production has been largely overshadowed by the star power Knight possesses, but it is almost without question that Decker has been every bit as productive and inarguable that she has the ability to be more game in, game out dominant than almost any other player. Decker has won Olympic gold, World Championship gold, and an NCAA crown, and league titles in the CWHL and NWHL across the past decade. In the 192 games she's played at all levels, she's averaged 1.84 points. Whenever she hangs up her skates, her effort throughout the 2010s should be enough to get the Team USA star into the Hall of Fame. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.